Right now, we indeed are in a very interesting moment. We are in this bifurcation moment. It's a triggering situation that we were waiting for a very long time.
We have to go from these paradigms of competition and exploitation to paradigms of cooperation and exploration. And we have to explore better ways to care for oneself, care for others, and care for the planet.
Black Lives Matter, climate catastrophe, COVID-19, gender action, disability rights. These are all interconnected, and the underbelly of all of these is our values.
I usually think that the main people who are bored at school is not children, it's sometimes teachers. I truly want to put at the center of the table play, and I think play can bring about really the sense of why do we care? And if we don't understand why we care, it's very difficult or very unlikely for us to actually shift that paradigm.
All of the destruction of nature and value in our system around us has been legal so far. It's happened within the law, and the law of our nations is completely inadequate to protect future generations.
We know that nature can teach us principles of harmony, of balance, of sustainability, of health, of well-being. And we know that if we are to create a sustainable future and a sustainable way of life, that we have to reference these principles of harmony.
Our systems are based on a model that's based on earning money, and we need to shift that economic system to one that's based on the well-being of humanity. Once the system begins shifting, then schools will follow suit.
The disadvantaged students are going to lag behind even further. So what can we do to help them? And it's not just about finding the latest new technology and putting lessons online. It's about understanding what are the challenges that these learners have. How can we reach them? What are the things that we currently have that can be repurposed?
In the last month and a half, we've fed about 1 million kids in India, because that is the first thing that they've asked for before us bringing or even talking about values or talking about cutting edge maths techniques, but just the bare basic necessities.
It is not morally acceptable that we talk about education and talk about the kind of a movement for children without it being an equitable one.
If we co-design the evolutions of schools, learning, universities, and lifelong learning with the learners themselves, we are much more likely to have meaningful changes. If we change in a top-down, centralized way, the likelihood that we are off the mark is super high.
So there's like a lot of agreement amongst teachers about the problem is and what's needed, but they're not trusted to actually engage with this agenda. So how do we wrench it away from government control?
Yes, let's push the policymakers and let's take to the streets and champion for change, but let's also just be bold from the inside. When schools come back in September, it's like a brand new start. So it is an exciting time to try new things.